Now to the latest from the live desk. Maria Lizignoli joins us now. And Maria, you are following a big shakeup expected at the state capitol.
Yes, that's right. 2 Republican lawmakers involved in a DWI stop will be stripped of their committee assignments today. This is according to a legislative source. Less than 2 weeks ago, Representative Elliot Engine was arrested in White Bear Lake on suspicion of driving while impaired. He now faces misdemeanor DWI and speeding charges after a preliminary breath test showed nearly twice the legal limit. Police say Representative Walter Hudson was a passenger in the car at the time. The day before, the lawmakers were seen drinking at a restaurant in the afternoon, an hour before the House gavelled in for floor session. House Democrats say they plan to file ethics complaints against both lawmakers. Representative Hudson posted on social media in response to that announcement. He called it, quote, a dumb move, adding, you'd think they'd have learned by now, never give me a platform. Again, we're told both lawmakers will be removed from their committee assignments today.
Maria Lizignoli with that update. Big things happening at the state legislature. We'll see what happens. Maria, thank you.
This was the scene late last month after a University of St. Thomas student was hit and killed by a car in northeast Minneapolis. Happening today, a 22-year-old woman accused of being behind the wheel and fleeing the scene is set to make her first court appearance. 22-year-old Seham Hussain was steps away from her home when she was killed in that hit and run back in March. The crash was captured by a parked Tesla, according to investigators. Police shared a photo of the suspect's car, and a tip led them to an auto body shop in Washington County. The owner told police a customer dropped off a damaged car for a vinyl wrap just days after the deadly incident. Investigators traced the car back to 22-year-old Gabby Liebgott. Charges say she was seen on surveillance video leaving the Uptown VFW the night of the crash. They say she also told friends she knew she hit something that night, but took off.
Time right now is 6:04 and new this morning. The man accused of killing his 20-year-old co-worker at a dairy processing facility in central Minnesota has been found incompetent to stand trial. 41-year-old Daniel DeLong was charged with second-degree murder for killing Amber Chack. This was in November of last year. A psychologist determined DeLong, quote, lacks the capacity to proceed to trial at this time due to mental illness. For now, DeLong will remain in custody, according to the Wright County attorney, who added he has filed a petition to commit DeLong as mentally ill and dangerous. A hearing for that commitment is scheduled for the end of May.
The clock is ticking towards President Trump's deadline for a deal with Iran, or else he's threatened to attack the country's power plants and bridges.
As CBS News' Bradley Blackburn tells us, the president needs an agreement with Iran to include the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz.
The entire country can be taken out in one night.
President Trump escalated threats of massive airstrikes if Iran doesn't seriously engage in a deal to end the war and reopen the Strait of Hormuz by tonight.
They're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants. Stone Ages, yeah.
Monday, the president brushed off questions of whether attacks on civilian infrastructure would constitute a war crime, instead insisting it's what the people of Iran want.
They would be willing to suffer that in order to have freedom. We've had numerous intercepts. Please keep bombing.
Iran has rejected a proposal from other Gulf nations calling for a temporary ceasefire, demanding a longer-term end to hostilities. On Monday, the U.S. and Israel announced more strikes on Iran, including an Israeli attack on an Iranian petrochemical plant. Iran has fired back with a wave of missiles and drones launched toward Israel and other countries in the region. Meanwhile, the president and his national security team gave new details on the weekend rescue of a missing U.S. airman who was shot down over Iran Friday.
He scaled cliff faces, bleeding rather profusely, treated his own wounds, and contacted American forces.
The Pentagon says the U.S. military used more than 150 combat aircraft, some acting as decoys in the dead of night, to fly in hundreds of special operations forces to rescue the American airmen. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Today, the United Nations Security Council is expected to vote on a resolution calling for countries to coordinate to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, while also calling on Iran to cease attacks against merchant and commercial ships located there.
Farmers are feeling the impacts of the war with Iran, from rising fuel and fertilizer prices to tariffs. Farmers are facing a lot of uncertainty.
U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar held a meeting with farmers in Cannon Falls to address those growing issues.
I don't think that most of the world realized when those first bombs landed in Iran that would be a major hit on our farmers in Minnesota because of the fertilizer market, but they knew it. They knew it the same day because they knew that global economy and the supply chain and what happens.
Senator Klobuchar has introduced a bill to expand production of domestic fertilizer. She's also calling for an end to across-the-board tariffs. That way farmers can reopen sales to other countries.